Hey, you guys. All right. So I'm coming to y'all real informal, because there are way too many things going on right now for me to wait until tomorrow and try to do one big Bondy Blue show. I am going to still do one big Bondy Blue show, but I just kind of feel like these two things we could talk about right now, just us, okay? And I ain't got to have no formalities. Okay. So, apparently, Michael, Ashley from Real Housewives of Potomac, her husband. Y'all know there was a story floating around. Karen put that tea out there that Michael was sending naked pictures of himself to other men. And Ashley said that that was made up by somebody that didn't even know Michael. Well, guess what? I found out today that he has been brought up on felony and misdemeanor sexual assault charges. Okay, it sounds bad. All right, it sounds way worse than it actually is. Okay, well, I mean, it depends on, you know, who's giving their opinion. Like, it just depends. Okay, because for Orville Palmer, the cameraman whose butt he grabbed, for him it's a lot, but for us it's like, oh, he just grabs your butt. It's not like he grabs your dick. Not like, you know, stick a finger in there or something like that. You know, he didn't do anything like that. But apparently, Michael grabbed this cameraman's butt during filming. And when he turned around to look at Michael, Michael was giving him this flirtatious look. And I'm like, ew, who wants a flirtatious look from Michael? Like, ew, you know what I'm saying? Like, he looks like Voldemort before he became a whole person. You know what I'm saying? When Voldemort was just a head and a little small body, that's what he looked like to me. So, Ashley, it seems to me that you have a bisexual husband that's out here assaulting men, okay? The cameraman reported it and is pressing charges, and those charges include felony assault and misdemeanor sexual contact, which can get Michael, wait a minute, wait for it, 11 years in jail. 11 years in jail. Now, I seriously doubt that that will happen. But the fact that he felt that he could just do that to somebody, like, why do you think you can just grab somebody's ass and then they just gonna be like, oh, okay? Like, no. Once again, like Corinne Steffen said, I'm gonna need for all men to move in this world with the assumption that nobody wants to fuck you. Nobody. Nobody, baby. Nobody, okay? It's so annoying to me that, you know, you just feel like you can just grab on people's asses and it's just okay. They're going to be fine with it, y'all. Michael is a hot ass mess, and I wonder what Miss Ashley is going to have to say about this. And I am even more tickled to know how Karen feels about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to, you know, Ashley worked on my fucking nerves. And I feel like, you know, karma's a bitch. And her negative attitudes and the things that she did and said about people lying on them and all of that shit during this past season has caught up with her ass. And her husband is on the front page of some fucking blog grabbing some other man's ass. Like, okay? Hold up, y'all. I feel like this needs to be a little bit, I hate this, like, flat, you know, flat, black, white background. I hate that. Okay. So yeah, need to put something back there that's aggravating me. Okay. I don't know what I did with my other pillow. It's over there somewhere. Hold up. Let me put my little velvet ones up here. Yeah, y'all, I got these.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
I got these from Marshalls. Ugh. But yeah, I'm just gonna put these up here just to give a little texture, because just that white shit is just aggravating the fuck out of me. Anyway, sorry y'all. Okay, in my life. The other thing I wanted to talk to y'all about was Angela from 90 Day Fiancé. Y'all know about Angela. If you watch my 90 Day Fiancé reviews, then you know that I do not like Angela. Okay, I don't like her at all. And I even ignored when she got arrested at the beginning of the month for a DUI. Because I'm like, you look like a drunk bitch that just loves driving around town tipsy as shit with some beer in your car, you know, on some fuck shit. She just looked like the type, all right? Just irresponsible, you know, trashy. That's the vibe that Angela gives. Trashy. Well, her daughter is even trashier, okay? Her daughter is being brought up on charges, y'all, for molestation and rape of a minor. Someone under under the age of 16. All right, so Scottie, which is Angela's daughter's name, Scottie Deem, was charged with 13 counts of child molestation and rape of an unnamed victim under the age of 16. She was arrested September 25th, 2017, a year ago. And October 1st is the day that she goes back to court. These charges must have just now, surfaced on the internet. But apparently, she is charged with aggravated sodomy. Okay? The grandmother of the victim called the police, contacted the authorities after she found out about it. And here's how the story was supposed to go. She apparently is a family friend. Scottie is a family friend of this child's. And she was babysitting him along with her children. And her boyfriend was out of town. And she sucked his dick, probably touched his dick, put his hand on her shit. They did some shit. They did first base, second base, third base, fourth base, and then they had sex. All right. So there was a lot that happened. And what they kept saying that I kept reading over and over again was them like her arousing his sexual desire, meaning that you were forcing yourself on him, and as a young teenage boy, of course, his body reacted, and you took advantage of that and saw that as a okay. But the situation obviously wasn't okay, because if he was okay with fucking you, why would he have went home to his grandmother and said something? Like, boys, like, there's no way grandma would have been able to find out about that unless he said something. So that's why I think. And then the sodomy part, would the sodomy include something else besides? And somebody let me know, because I always thought that sodomy was your booty. Like, that's what I always thought that was. I'm sorry if I'm not using the best words to describe this, but I'm not going to edit this video. So, whenever I have a video that I'm not going to edit, I'm trying to fill space, and I hate, having like these long pauses where I have to think about what I'm trying to say. But yeah, y'all just got my lashes done. Yeah, it's lavish aesthetics. Love it. Okay. But yeah, you guys, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, what's wrong with you, Scottie, that your grown adult ass with children of your own thought it was okay to have sexual contact with this 15, 14, like just under the age of 16. So I'm guessing probably around the age 14, 15. That is a child. That is a little ass boy. And just, oh my God, like, I hope that people, like, I'm not saying she would do this to her own children, because a lot of the time when women do shit like this, like, they don't even think that they're molesting it. They think that he wanted it because he's a teenage boy, and all teenage boys want to fuck sloppy, trashy bitches. But I'm just like, oh my God, like, what is wrong with you reality star people? What is wrong with y'all? From Michael grabbing the cameraman's ass to us finding out about this bitch who had so much to say about Michael and him being a scam artist. Well, bitch, you was a child rapist. Like, I'd rather fuck with a scam artist than a child rapist any day. Like, what is up with that? Like, like, really? Like, just how you see people be, they be so fucking judgy, got so much to say about somebody else, and they would turn around and do something as terrible as putting their nasty ass mouth and hands and infested vagina on that little boy's penis, and he didn't feel okay about it. Obviously, he didn't feel okay about it, because he wouldn't have told his grandmother. But yeah, y'all, I wanted to come to y'all and talk about that. And look, somebody else asked me what I felt about this situation with the star girl, like whoever the star girl is that used to be roommates with Cardi B or some bullshit like that. Look, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about YouTube beefs. I don't do all of that bullshit. I stay in my lane, tunnel vision like a motherfucker. Y'all know who my clique is, okay? My clique, we don't fight, okay? Like, we might have a disagreement. We may not agree on, certain things on videos, but that ain't got nothing to do with our personal relationships. And there's no, and we see sometime in the comments, somebody will be like, oh, I like you better than that. But don't do all of that, okay? If you don't like them, you ain't got to tell me about it, okay? Because I don't give a fuck, all right? I don't. All right, you watch me talk about what we talking about here, but don't come on my shit talking about other YouTubers like that. I don't like that shit. So all of this shit going on with Tasha K and Lovely T, I just mind my fucking business, okay? Because I barely watch, I've seen maybe 1 or 2 videos from Tasha K that people have sent me, but I don't watch her on a regular basis. I watch Lovely T on a regular basis because Lovely T be cracking out them fucking videos with all the receipts, all right? And if I'm going to talk about it on here, I hit her up first so I can find out about it myself, and she usually posts evidence. so everything is in one place and I don't have to go fishing all over the place for certain subjects, you know, especially if it's something I ain't really give a fuck about. And I'm like, well, let me just see what Lovely T had to say about this shit before I go talk about it. Because normally I already have what I feel about something from based off what I've read. And a lot of the times, like, y'all, I scroll up and down shit. People send me shit all the time and information goes in, but sometimes all of the details don't stick. So I just be remembering how I felt about a situation, but not necessarily having all of the details correct. But it doesn't matter because my opinion won't change. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all understand that? Anyway, y'all, that's some hot ass mess right there. Obviously, Angela has been fucking up in the raising of her children, and I didn't need this to come out for me to know that. I could just tell by looking at her. Trash, okay? And Michael, we all knew that something wasn't right about Michael, and I also didn't feel like those stories were necessarily untrue, because I find, you know, when it's a solitary story like that, the way that story came out and everybody was like, oh, it wasn't true, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, who cares enough about Michael to make something up about him? Like, that's my point. Like, who cares about you enough to make something up about you? You are the husband to a housewife on a show that does okay. Like, I like Real Housewives of Potomac. It's one of my favorite shows. But it doesn't have the same, you know, viewership as Real Housewives of Atlanta or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta or Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. It doesn't have the same viewership. A lot of shows don't have the same viewership as Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, bitch. Okay? It don't matter if it was a bad day or a good day. That video is definitely gonna make me, you know, more than 10,000 views. And I love it. That's why it's one of my favorite shows to review. Not only because I love all of the bullshit drama, but also because, like, people really be into it. So regardless, they gonna want to hear whatever went down. So thank you, Mona. Thank you, all of the producers, the female producers, the black lady producers behind the scenes that Love and Hip Hop that be making this shit pop. I love y'all. I fuck with y'all. I don't even know if y'all know me, but I be seeing y'all and I be like, oh, all right. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Treva. Girl, hey. You know, I think that's her name. Is it Reva or Treva? I can't remember, but I know what she look like. She got freckles and she look good with no makeup on. So, okay. But yeah, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, girl. Whatever you need. But yeah. I just wanted to come to y'all and talk to y'all about that. And while we're at it, I guess I'll talk about the Bill Cosby situation so I don't have to talk about that in my Bondi Blue show because I kind of don't want to. I'm saddened by it because I looked up to Bill Cosby my whole childhood. Like, my dad loved the Cosby Show, and I grew up appreciating jazz and arts and things of that nature that it relayed in my household, the things that we saw on the Cosby Show. So, like, now I look back on my life and, you know, a lot of the good things that we had as black people coming up through that time with the television shows we had and the people that we thought were, you know, examples of black excellence. And Bill Cosby was definitely one of the key people in that for me growing up. You know, the life lessons you learn from watching the Cosby Show, bitch, what? You know? And I can't negate that. And that's another thing. We have to learn how to separate the art from the artist. I know a lot of people say they have a hard time with that, but I don't. I love the Cosby Show. I hate the fact that, and I'm sorry, you know, for my white people who watch me, y'all may not, you know, like to hear this type of shit, but it's the honest truth that y'all get away with shit. Like, y'all get to, you know, have sex with 16-year-old girls, rape people, and then nobody's trying to stop your movies, Woody Allen, from playing on Showtime. Nobody's trying to, you know, stop any of the things that you have in motion as far as your entertainment business. Nobody's shutting your shit down. Nobody's stopping your music career. You know, if you some old rock star that's known for raping bitches. Like, you know, I'm not knowing about anybody in particular, but I'm just saying a lot of the times nobody stops their hustle when they do wrong shit. And I feel like for black folks, it's always like, oh, you got to completely cut them out. And I just kind of feel like unless you go against us as a people, like, I have a high tolerance for you. And that might be seen fucked up. I don't know. But that's just how I feel. That's just my truth. That's how I feel about it. And with Bill Cosby, I was just hurt. I was hurt because I'm disappointed. I'm upset. I think it is unfair in some ways that I think this case is kind of weak. And I'm not saying that he didn't do anything wrong. I definitely think he did something wrong. I think he's probably a mean old fuck that thought he, you know, could just take advantage of anybody because he was Bill Cosby. So don't get me wrong in thinking that I don't think he deserves what's happening to him. It's just such a weird thing to watch Bill Cosby as an 81-year-old man, blind in one eye, have a mugshot and be in chains going to jail. Like, that just made me feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? The truth is he probably deserves that shit. But I also look at the case that got him convicted as a loose kind of case. Like if that case was against somebody white, I think that they wouldn't be in his situation. I think they would be at their house. I don't think that they actually would have been brought up on charges or anything. Like, I don't know why, but I just feel like if Bill Cosby was a white man in this exact same situation, he would not be in jail. He would not be, you know, in handcuffs. He would, you know, his mugshot wouldn't be, you know, it feels different. It feels like the situations are handled differently based off the amount of evidence that's actually out there, you know. And, you know, we can talk about the Harvey Weinsteins of the world and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there have been men for years, hundreds, millions, you know, thousands of men who have done things that deserve punishment, that deserve them going to jail, that deserve prison time. People that have actually forcibly raped people, not gave somebody the choice of whether to take some pills or not. Like, and that's another thing. Like, I think there are levels to this shit. I think that you play a part and you have a choice in some way when somebody says take some pills so I can fuck you. You know, as opposed to putting a gun to your head or drugging you secretly. Like, that's what I thought he had done this whole time, is secretly was drugging them. But no, he actually was like, here, bitch, take these pills. And the bitch was like, okay, Bill, I trust you, I'll take them. And then, you know, she falls asleep and she wakes up realizing that she was sexually assaulted. And that still makes him very much wrong in the situation. You know, and he deserves the jail time. He deserves to be put in jail years ago. So I agree about all of that, y'all. But it's just... it's still such a hard pill to swallow that fucking Bill Cosby is going to jail for raping bitches. Like, if this was 1995, think about it. Like, it's not. And we've had time to come to terms with this, but it's still like when you take a step back and just realize his impact on our culture, and to find out something like this about him, I feel let down. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw Just Hilarious go in on Amber Rose, because Amber Rose said, I wish that he lives for the whole 10 years of his sentence, or the whole, whatever his sentence. I don't think he'll be in there for the whole 10 years. They say 3 to 10 years. He might spend 3 years in there. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Either way, Amber Rose said that she hoped that he do his whole term, get out, and then he dies. And that's when everybody was like, you know, how you gonna wish death on him? That's what Just Hilarious was saying. What kind of bitch are you? Da 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 da. And look, I understand where Amber Rose is coming from, because I think that, you know, she tries to put on this image as somebody that fights for women's rights. And as somebody that fights for women's rights, I'm sure she is annoyed by people not believing the women's story, and, you know, people feeling that they want to protect Bill Cosby and not protect the victims. And the realization of that is that we feel like we know Bill Cosby. We don't know none of these women. You know what I'm saying? And then we also look at our culture of having a president that's been accused of this, having somebody that's about, you know, that could possibly be a Supreme Court justice that has people saying things about him. And these men are still in their places. So I think that there's a part of us as Black people that we're hurt by this situation, and then we feel like in some way he's being treated unfairly. And so we you know what I'm saying? We feel some type of way about that. So it affects how we feel as it pertains to, this is just another creepy ass old man that took advantage of a woman. And we've all been in situations and we feel like those men deserve to get whatever is, you know, whatever happens to them, because they deserve to be punished for what happens to them. But at the same time, you looking at it, and this is like, you know, Black America's dad and shit like that. Like, it's America's dad, period, but really for us. So I just think it's hard. It's hard sometimes. And I think that Amber Rose is always trying to use a moment to show everybody that she's so for women and, you know, all of that shit. And I've told y'all before that I don't feel that. I don't feel that, you know, let me be proud to be a hoe as being a feminist. Like, I don't like that. I feel like being a feminist is having the choice, of how you carry yourself and everything like that. But I also feel like we have to be realistic about the world we live in, and the message that Amber Rose puts out there, regardless to what she's actually done in her life. Her image and her message is toxic to young girls who might look up to her. So if you want to be a grandstanding ass bitch, I'm going to need for you to have something to stand on. And I don't necessarily feel like she does. Like, I'm just saying, that's just how I feel about it. You know, more power to her, more power to her movement. I'm not hating on it or nothing like that, but I don't see it that way. And that's not my cup of tea. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? We're all different. We all have our choices. But yeah, y'all, the Bill Cosby thing is just a hard pill to swallow, but it's what needs to happen. Like, I'm not in, you know, denial about that at all. I'm not one of the people talking about, oh, I don't think he did anything. Nah, your fucking ass definitely did something, okay? So yeah, y'all. Bill Cosby, Angela from 90 Day Fiance, and Michael from Real Housewives of Potomac just disappointing the fuck out of me today. All right, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this little impromptu video because I didn't even think I was going to do something like this today. But I was just looking through things and reading stuff. And I was like, you know what?
Let me... think of everyone as friends.
Bitch! Why is she always interrupting me? Okay, look. I want to remind y'all before I get off of here about the videos that I've been putting up in case y'all missed them. Because I know sometimes YouTube doesn't send y'all the notifications all the time. But This Is Us Season 3 Episode 1 review is up. American Horror Story Season 8 Episode 3, I think, is up. Whichever the most recent. American Horror Story, This Is Us, Black Ink Crew, the original cast, New York or whatever. All of that is up. And I hope that you'll check it out and enjoy those videos. And yeah, because I was a little bit nervous about how This Is Us and 911 would do, because those are videos that I feel like not a lot of people who watch my Ratchet television show reviews maybe don't always watch those shows, and they still not doing the best as it pertains to the views. But as long as they get 1,000 or more, then I feel like I did my job, you know. And then to have so many people in the comments, like almost every comment is, you know, they so glad that I'm doing This Is Us because it's their favorite show and they love it. And they're just happy that somebody that they like on YouTube is talking about it. And I'm like, yay, okay, so then that makes me feel like it's all worth it. And another thing, American Horror Story, you guys, is a theatrical thing for me. So a lot of people don't like all of the extraness in the video, but I feel like it calls for it. It's like the only time I get to be like theatrical and extra and for real, you know, in a really like scary type of way. So I enjoy doing it that way. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But you know, I enjoy doing it that way. So I'm probably going to keep doing it that way. So if you don't like the over dramatized theatrical review of American Horror Story, then go watch Ashley. You know what I'm saying? Like Ashley reviews American Horror Story and she's not as, you know, animated about it as I am. So, you know, you have your choices. Okay. Ashley Shy Miller. Okay. She'll probably be on a recommendation somewhere around this video because, you know, that's my clique. Anyway, you know, we support each other. So I love you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you check out my reviews and I'll see y'all in the next one.